Now, right now, I hope someone does a suicide watch check on Fouad Abiad. Because that man is delusional. Ian Valliere, that guy knows what he's talking about. And he had the balls to stand up next to Fouad in their prejudging recap and say, no, I think Derek Lunsford is going to win the show. In Fouad Abiad, you disrespected Derek Lunsford. You saw how shredded he was. You saw how sharp he was, the improvements he made from the Olympia to the Arnold, and you spat in his face and said, no, Samson Dauda looks better. The bias Phil Heath had towards Samson Dauda during the live stream commentation. What the hell is going on with Phil Heath? It was brutal. It was disrespectful, for the most part, to Derek Lunsford. Kudos to Steve Weinberger, to Tyler Mannion, to all of the judges for getting it right and making the right call. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And that photo right there says it all. Congratulations to Derek Lunsford on winning the 2025 Arnold Classic Ohio Men's Open Bodybuilding Competition. The best man won this show. That's how it's done. Kudos to Steve Weinberger, to Tyler Mannion, to all of the judges for getting it right and making the right call. Because if that didn't happen, there would be a lot of upset fans in bodybuilding. And I'm so happy for Derek Lunsford. And this is going to be majority talking about Derek and, what he did, and the people out there, the haters on Derek. Ivan Bodybuilding is for one. I want to talk about Phil Heath and his live commentary. Not sure what's going on there, but I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Fouad Abiad. Now, right now, I hope someone does a suicide watch check on Fouad Abiad. Because that man is delusional. Ian Valliere, that guy knows what he's talking about. And he had the balls to stand up next to Fouad in their prejudging recap and say, no, I think Derek Lunsford is going to win the show. I think Derek Lunsford looks better. And Fouad was very irritated. I could see it in it. He was like, Fouad knew that his boy, Samson Dauda, was not winning prejudging. Fouad knows. But because Samson Dauda is sponsored by Hostile Supplements, he can't say anything but Samson Dauda is going to win. Samson Dauda is going to win. Samson Dauda is going to win. And I hate that about that man, Fouad Abiad. I hate that he can't put that shit to the side and say who the best man is. And that was Derek Lunsford. In Fouad Abiad, you disrespected Derek Lunsford. You saw how shredded he was. You saw how sharp he was, the improvements he made from the Olympia to the Arnold, and you spat in his face and said, no, Samson Dauda looks better. Well, karma's a bitch because look who just won. And I know, Fouad, you're going to listen to this. You're going to hear it because I'm going to get people to send this to you. You're going to hear it. I know you saw my text message. You got it. I am so happy that Derek Lunsford won. This man was determined. He had the eye of the tiger. He did his work. Kudos to Chris Aceto for helping Derek make this comeback and win this rematch against Samson Dauda. Kudos to Chris Aceto. Now, Derek came in on the money. His posing. He won the Best Poser Award. His presentation. His conditioning. He brought the fullness up in the quads. That's what Tyler Manuel wanted to see. That's what Derek Lunsford did. Everything was perfect. Look at this. Look at the back here. Look at this. But come on, guys. You put that next to Samson Dauda, it makes him look 6 weeks out. We got to stop this. I got trolled on. I got hated on by all these people, these Samson Dauda fanboys that overlook this conditioning, that overlook this sacrifice that it takes to get to this type of conditioning. And I got Samson's the better bodybuilder. Blah, blah, blah. And I got hated on a lot, guys. But I'm elated. I'm very happy for you, Derek Lunsford. And I said it before that I think Derek could beat Samson Dauda. And I said, if he doesn't, he's got to go back to the drawing board. But now, brother, you the head man in charge going into the Olympia, and all eyes are on you because you did it. You proved that you weren't a one-off, that you couldn't do it. And I'm super proud of you, brother. Now, Mr. Phil Heath. I got to say, him commentating the show, and people were telling me this too, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one, talking about this. The bias Phil Heath had towards Samson Dauda during the live stream commentation. What the hell is going on with Phil Heath? It was brutal. It was disrespectful, for the most part, to Derek Lunsford. I don't know what the hell got into Phil Heath, but he was like, when Samson Dauda came out, he was like, wow, Samson Dauda, look at that front double bicep. Man, look at those hamstrings. I'm like, are you smoking crack, Phil Heath? Are you seeing what we're all seeing? And he's like, wow, Samson's, his condition isn't as good as Derek's, but his hamstrings are so much bigger. They take up so much more space on the stage. That's why I think it's, Samson's. I'm like, what? Phil, you were the most shredded guys on the stage, and now you're like, that doesn't matter. The bigger guy should win. It was just so obvious how the dislike, I don't know what it is, like if it's because of Hani Rambad and because, Derek Lunsford left Hani and said some things about Hani's last, little prep things that he did for him that he disagreed with. And then when Derek came out, he didn't even say anything. He was like, "Meh, it looks okay. Yeah, he's conditioned, but I mean, silence." And you're commentating the show and you get it wrong? You think Samson should win? I love Phil Heath, but that was some bullshit. You need to check yourself, brother. If you're going to commentate these shows, take your bias the fuck out of it. Put on some glasses and watch the show. And don't disrespect Derek because of whatever other bullshit that's going on in the background with Hani Rambod. Just unbelievable watching that. And I hope all the powers that be see this and hear this, because the fans noticed it when he was commentating. It was terrible, disrespectful. So guys, I mean, congratulations to Derek Lunsford. I mean, I've said this all along that Samson can be a multi-time Mr. Olympia champion. He can be a multi-time Mr. Olympia, Arnold Classic champion, if he can nail his conditioning, and he didn't. He came in worse. He came in watery. And it's just something's going on with his midsection. He couldn't flex his abs properly. There's a little bit of distension going on. And they got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Maybe he needs to get a new coach. Maybe Marlena isn't the correct coach for Samson Dauda. Maybe Marlena doesn't know everything. Maybe he needs to go find a more experienced coach that can take him to that next level in conditioning. That would be my advice to you, Samson Dauda. Because she didn't do her job and you didn't win. So you guys got to figure it out. Love Samson Dauda, great bodybuilder. But at the end of the day, he was beat by a better bodybuilder. And that's Derek Lunsford. And he better watch out for Andrew Jack. If Andrew Jack can bring in those legs, it's going to be another story. Because he's a freak, and if he can pull it together, shit's going to happen at the Olympia. This is going to be a great Olympia. I can't wait. I'm glad this happened. I'm glad Derek won. It's going to make the Olympia so excited. So excited. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. Leave your comments below. Do you think Derek Lunsford deserved the win? Did the right man win this show? Do you think now Derek Lunsford, if he continues to improve, can beat Samson Dauda at the Olympia this year? Can Andrew Jack beat Samson Dauda at the Olympia? All right, guys. Remember to like the video and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.